Thanks for joining us, gents. Firstly, congratulations on the award, Club of the Year. It's a really big achievement with a number of clubs that we have here in Northamptonshire. What was your initial reaction when you first got the news?
Well, for me, it was a massive surprise, big shock, but also it's nice to see that we've been recognised for what we've achieved, especially over the past 12 months. If you can see around us now, this wasn't here 12 months ago. So to achieve what we've done in the last year, bringing the new girls section, I feel like it's well awarded for what we've achieved. So it's really fantastic.
So tell us a bit about the club in terms of number of teams, etc. What do you have here?
So this season coming up, we have 16 teams just been affiliated. That's all been completed now. 15 in the boys section. Our first girls, which is going into the under 11s, into the Northamptonshire women's and girls league. So that's really good. And hopefully through the season, because we've already got another probably 12 girls who just train only. If we can build that up, we hopefully can get another girls team into that league within this year as well. So yeah, it's growing all the time. I think our numbers are now nearly between 200 and 220 players. So it means big work for Kev, who's our welfare officer as well.
So on that then, how did you both get involved in the club? And your roles, etc.
Yeah, so I've been involved with Finedon Volta for gone 20 years, 10 years with the men and 10 years with the youth. Finished managing the under-16s 2 years ago, so then I wanted to stay active within the club, especially within the youth section. So then the welfare officer role was there, and I was like, let's do that, let's give that a go, and that's where the grey hair come from.
Yeah, for myself, I come along when my son was 5, so started the under-6s. Straight away, my son wouldn't let go of my hand, so I got dragged into them being a coach. So I was coach for the first 2 years, and then took over secretary when with the club when I was under 9. So this would be coming up probably my 7th year as club secretary and club treasurer as well.
Great. The club has obviously grown over recent seasons, as you just mentioned. What do you feel the secret to attracting players is here, or is there anything that you've done specifically to try and attract those players?
Yeah, we've got a great community. Honestly, I think the word of Finedon Volta Youth is a really good word about on the streets, that we have the politeness, we have all the rules in place. We don't, we only accept the best of people's behaviours, and we are very, very high on the maintenance of everything from the fields to the DBS checks to safeguarding. We make sure everything's in place all the time. We have a minimum expectation it must be abided to. So I think the word on the street is really good about Finedon Volta Youth.
So you mentioned it there, and I think it was mentioned also in the nomination itself. So obviously establishing a home here with some quality pitches. How important do you think that is in terms of creating a good environment here, a good feel here?
Well, the pitches is definitely, obviously before we got this facility, we were we're at Hatton School, we're at Rawns, all different varied places. So it's very hard then to feel like you've got a home which you can, for everyone to like work around. So building that base, like I say, now we can say this is the home of Finedon Volta Juniors Football Club. That just helps bring a good environment around us, doesn't it, Kevin?
It's a real safe environment. If you have a look around here, it's secure. So even on our presentation day, everybody can come and you can let your kids run free. There's no recreation ground where you're going into a main road. Everything's fenced off. Everything's free. Everything's safe. So it's really important for the kids to feel that, and the parents.
And has there been any particular sort of standout highlights over the last few seasons that you spring to mind with your involvement?
Obviously, a highlight was obviously just receiving this award. It was a massive highlight, and obviously we also got Club of the Month in November, which was the start of what was this. And I think for me, since I took over secretary, even though we've got this club stable and it was running smoothly, the next progression was also to get a new home. And obviously, this last 18 months has been just such a massive achievement for us as a club. As you can see around, look, all the we're putting respect barriers, we're advertising boards, the work with the Northampton FA and the grants, etc., to get down here, and the help from Stuart Smith and the FA has been absolutely fantastic. That is probably one of my biggest highlights, really, as a club secretary, just to see how we've progressed in these last 18 months.
Yeah, I think I know we've mentioned it, but having the girls teams as well, we never see that happening. And to get so much interest from all different ages is fantastic. So yeah, we've always been a boys team, and to bring these girls in, and they're growing week on week. Today, more girls are coming. It's continuous. We're growing and growing. It's really good for the community.
So it seems like you mentioned there that it's been a bit of a journey to this point, and obviously great to receive your award, etc. What do you hope to do now in terms of building on this? The next step, obviously, it's great the work that you're doing now. What's next for Finedon Volta?
Next step is obviously still grow. Our ambition is to have 2 teams at every age group, from 7s to 16s, and eventually, if we can do that with the girls section as well, even better. But obviously, that's a big ambition, but it's something we should aim for and we should keep looking at. For here, unfortunately, obviously, we experienced a bit of cracking with the pitches, and because there's no running water, the current process at the moment, we're looking at the borehole irrigation system. Obviously, that's turned out to quite a big job, but again, working with Stuart Smith at the FA, etc. Hopefully, that's another thing to do, and also like even a welfare block down here for like creating tea, which hopefully we might have. Hopefully, for the start of the season, we will have a facilities for selling tea and coffee, but then obviously it's just the other bits with it. But again, this is just the start on the basis. We can hopefully keep building on this.
Congratulations once again, guys, and well done.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.